Hello everyone, welcome to the first PUC online classes of Gopalswamy PU College, Mysore. I am Suma, Economics lecturer. In today's session of Part A of Statistics for Economics, let us discuss about the topic of the price index numbers under the chapter 8 of index numbers. In our previous session, we learnt about the index numbers. As you all know, index numbers are the indicators which show the magnitude or the volume of change in a group of related variables. So, in that we learnt about the uses of the index numbers and also about the importance of index numbers in our life. So, today let us discuss about price index numbers. The price index numbers are the average of price relatives for a given class of goods and services during a given period of time. So, there are three important components in the definition of price index numbers. The first one is they are the average of the price relatives. So, a price relative is one which is expressed as the percentage of the current year in comparison with the percentage of the base year. It is an average of the price relatives for a given class of goods and services. So, the first component is it is the average of price relatives for a given class of goods and services. So, there are some selected goods and services which are considered as the components for this consumer price index, for these price index numbers, and these are calculated during a period of time. Usually, this time period may be for a week, for a month, or for a quarter, or biennial, or for an annual period. So, now you all learned that what is price index number. It is the average of the price relatives for a given class of goods and services. In the basket of goods and services, we select some selected items, selected areas, and those are considered, and this is calculated during a given period of time. So, the price index numbers are those which determine the rate of inflation in our country, and they show the concern about both the consumers as well as the producers. So, now let us see about the types of these price index numbers. There are importantly two types of price index numbers. The first one is consumer price index number. The consumer price index number is commonly referred as CPI, and it is even called as the cost of living index. The second price index number is wholesale price index number or WPI. So, these two are the important price index numbers that are considered by our economy. The first one is consumer price index number. Let us know about it. The consumer price index is a macroeconomic indicator which is designed to measure the average change in the retail price. So, in the consumer price index, we are considering the retail prices of the products, not the wholesale prices. In the case of wholesale price index number, we consider the wholesale prices. In the case of the consumer price index numbers, we consider the consumer price indexes. So, it is a macroeconomic indicator. You all know that there are two types of economics that we are undergoing in this economy. The first one is microeconomics and the other one is macroeconomics. So, the CPI is a macroeconomic indicator designed to measure the average change in the retail price of goods and services over a period of time. This period of time may vary. It varies according to the need of the hour. The next one is the consumer price indexes are calculated by taking these price changes for each item in the basket of goods. So, what is this basket of goods? As I said, we select a given class of goods and services, and this given class of goods and services are kept in a basket of goods and services, and from that basket of goods and services we take the price change of those particular goods and services. So, with this you can understand easily that we are considering those goods which are frequently having the variations in price. So it is calculated by taking price change for each item in the basket of goods, and next we take the average of them. After adding the selective goods price variations, we take the average of them, and that average gives us the consumer price index. The formula to calculate consumer price index is sigma weight of the, so ಇದು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಅದೇ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಮರ್ತೋಗುತ್ತೆ. CPI equals sigma W or divided by sigma W. These W are the weights of the variations in the retail prices. Now let us see what are the wholesale price indexes. The wholesale price indexes are those index numbers which are designed to measure the changes in the general wholesale price level of a representative basket of goods. Here also we consider some goods which represent the basket of goods in which they experience a greater variations or fluctuations in their wholesale prices. By the name itself we can understand wholesale price index is one which explains the variations in the wholesale price, and in the consumer price index we refer the changes in the retail prices. So it is designed to measure the changes in the general wholesale price levels of a representative basket of goods. The next one is, here the wholesale price index number or the WPI is the one which is widely used as the inflation indicator in our country. So then what is inflation? Inflation is the increase in the price of the goods and a fall in the purchasing power of money or the purchasing value of money. So because of the variation in the demand and supply of goods, because of the existence of inequilibrium in the demand and supply of goods, we experience price variations. So these price variations are studied in reference with the fall in the purchasing value. The next one is the the wholesale price index is one which is compiled by the Office of the Economic Advisor Department of the Commerce and Industries on weekly basis. In our country, WPI is published to the public or it is given to the general public on weekly basis, and which is compiled by the Office of the Economic Advisory Department of the Commerce and Industries of Government of India. Now let us see the formula to calculate wholesale price index. The formula to calculate wholesale price index is sigma wholesale price index of the current year minus sigma wholesale price index of the base year divided by the sigma wholesale price index of the base year multiplied by 100. The formula is WPI equals sigma weight of the prices of the current year minus the base year divided by the base year multiplied by 100. So now let us see about the uses of these consumer price index numbers. So now let us see about the uses of these two price index numbers. The first one is uses of consumer price index number. Consumer price index number is also known as the cost of living index number. Here the first and foremost use of this CPI is it studies the standard of living of the citizens of our country. So the standard of living is once observed, then the country can say about its progress. It can track the progress of the country. So the standard of living is measured, then it measures the changes in the general price levels of the consumer goods which are frequently used by the consumers. So here we select some of the goods and services and put it in a basket of goods and services, and out of this basket of goods and services we measure the changes in the price levels of this. Particularly the perishable goods price levels are considered, and they are the effect and the prices which affect the consumer goods are also studied. The next one is it helps to reduce the inflation effects. That is, I said inflation is the increase in the price of the goods and the decrease or fall in the value of money. The next one is It is used to frame policies. Government highly depends on these two price index numbers while taking decisions. So, it is highly helpful for the framing of policies and the rules. The next one is, it is used to adjust wages to the effect of inflation. So, as the inflation rate goes on increasing, the government decides to adjust the wage rates, because these wage rates are decided by the Department of the Wages of Government, and the Labour Ministry decides about the wages that should be given to different sectors labourers according to the inflation that is prevailing in the country. Now let us move towards the uses of the wholesale price index. The wholesale price index is the one which measures the inflation in India. So it is the measuring indicator of inflation. Now, it influences the monetary and fiscal policies of the government. As you all know, every year the budget is presented by the union government, and in that the government decides about the monetary and fiscal policies related to the wage fixation as well as to the wholesale price of the goods. So, that is influenced by this wholesale price index number. The next one is, it measures the volume of goods sold in bulk. You can understand by the name itself, here we are referring the wholesale prices. Wholesale prices are referred to the goods which are bought in bulk and sold in bulk. So here it measures the volume of goods which are sold in bulk, because the goods are purchased in bulk at wholesale prices only, and before it reaches the retail prices level, the wholesale price index keeps a track on it. So it expresses the changes in the price level and tracks the wholesale price levels before it reaches the retail level. So here, as I said, in the case of both the consumer price index and the wholesale price index, it is very important to decide the base year. So now let us see what are the conditions required to decide a base year. Whenever the price increases, it has a greater impact on the value of money, and the value of money decreases, and these two have a greater impact on the consumers. So for this we have to check the base year performance and compare it with the existing year or the current year trends. The conditions required to select a base year is, the very first condition is that year should be a normal year. So there should not be any natural calamities or any pandemic like this. So the year 2021 will not be considered as base year to calculate any of the wholesale price index or the consumer price index, because this year our economy is greatly affected by this pandemic. So there should not be any of the natural calamities or disasters, and the second criteria to select a base year is that should be not very far from the current year. So these two are the criteria to select a base year, and when once the base year is selected, we go on calculating it with the current year trends and then multiply it with 100, so that we will obtain it in terms of percentage. Now let us see about the drawback of this wholesale price index number. The first drawback of this wholesale price index number is that it does not consider any of the concern related to the consumers. So it is totally based on the wholesale prices, and it is worried about the concern of the producers and the wholesale dealers. So here the consumers' concern is not considered and it is ignored. And the second drawback of this wholesale price index number is, it does not include any of the services, any of the income generated out of the services. So the services category is completely ignored in the case of wholesale price index. Even though the basket of goods considers both the goods and services, while calculating the wholesale price index number, we consider only the goods and we ignore the services. Now let us move towards the next index number, that is agricultural productivity index number, and this agricultural productivity index number is one which measures the ratio of the agricultural input in a particular area to the overall output of the agricultural or farm. So, the ratio between the existing local input to the overall output of the agricultural productivity is considered when we are deciding the agricultural productivity index. It is again one more form of index number which is concerned about both the consumers as well as the wholesale prices. So, agricultural productivity index or API is one which shows the relative level of aggregate volume of agricultural production for each year in comparison with the base year. Earlier it was 1999 and 2001. So, this agricultural productivity index is very helpful at present as we are going for the new farming policies and the agricultural policies. It is very important and it is going to benefit the farmers, and with the addition in the development of farming equipments and the farming practices, Government of India is deciding to modify this agricultural index number. I wish to conclude today's session with a thought. The thought for today is, a person who is a master of patience is a master of everything. As in every thought about the positive virtues of a man, here also we learn about the positive virtue, that is patience. So, a person who is a master of patience, who has tolerance and perseverance, can be a master of everything, because ultimately at the end of the day we have to go to bed with a peaceful and calm mind, and for that we have to master patience at every adverse situation. Also, if we master the art of patience, then we can overcome all types of struggles and still we can be stable. So, with this I conclude today's session. Thank you.